the game.
Hi, I'm Kelsa Dickey, the CEO of the Financial Coach Academy and my financial coaching business, Fiscal Fitness Phoenix. My coaching journey began more than a decade ago with me helping people for free from my dining room table. What was once a little business of mine has grown into a 7-figure company that employs a team of people. My goal is simple, to help you fall more and more in love with financial coaching. I believe financial coaching is the most rewarding way to make a living. If you are an aspiring financial coach or have been coaching for years, I'm here to help you create a business you love that gets your clients massive results. Let's get to it. Hey there, Coach. Today, we are diving into something that can absolutely transform your business, strategic goal setting. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, not another goal setting lecture, but stick with me because this isn't your grandma's goal setting session. We're always helping our clients set goals, right? We're pros at it, or at least we think. But how often do we turn that superpower on ourselves, on our own businesses? If you're anything like I was, the answer might be not nearly enough. So today, we are going to walk through a process that will help you set clear, motivating goals for your coaching practice. By the end of this episode, you'll have a roadmap for taking your business to the next level. And trust me, this can be a game changer. Let's start with the power of the BHAG. All right, let's kick things off with something big. And I mean really big. I'm talking about your BHAG, your big, hairy, audacious goal. This isn't just any old goal. It's the kind of goal that makes you a little nervous, maybe even a little scared. It's the goal that makes you think, can I really do that? Is that really possible? And that's exactly where you want to be. Your BHAG should feel almost impossible, but incredibly exciting. It's okay if you have no idea the steps to get there or how you will make it happen. That's part of the fun. Let me give you an example. My BHAG when I started was build a financial coaching business making $2,000 per month. Now, that might not seem like a BHAG to me now, or maybe even to some of you listening. But when I first started, I didn't know anything about offering and having a service that I was paid to deliver. So the idea that I'd make $2,000 per month doing something I loved, first of all, which was talking about money, while helping people, seemed like a real BHAG to me at the time. So it's important to not compare your BHAG to somebody else's. If it's a big, hairy, audacious goal to you, it is a big, hairy, audacious goal. Does it make your palms sweat? Does it push you to think bigger and work harder and smarter than ever before? Then it is a BHAG, my friend. Today, my BHAG is much, much bigger than when I started. And yes, it is making my palms sweat because we are in the midst of pursuing it now as I record this episode. So here is what I want you to do right now. Pause this episode if you need to, but grab a pen and paper and write down a big, hairy, audacious goal for yourself. What is that big dream that you have for your coaching business? Don't hold yourself back. Let it be scary. Let it be exciting. If you're enrolled in the Financial Coach Academy, the exercises 1.21, the vision I have, and 1.22, what kind of business do I want, is designed to help you visualize and bring clarity to your big, hairy, audacious goal. And last week's episode can help too. All right, you got your BHAG? Awesome. Let's keep going. Your BHAG serves as the foundation of where you're going and what you do today. Think of it like your North Star. Now, let's bring that big vision down to earth a little bit. We're going to talk about goal setting. If you're new to this, don't worry. Start by thinking and planning every 6 months or every 90 days. If setting like an annual goal feels too hard, then don't set an annual goal. Set something that feels more relevant for you. Planning ahead is a skill. The more you do it, the easier it becomes and the better you get at it. For my clients, we start by planning their money just 1 week out. And then we plan 2 weeks out, and then 1 month out, and so on. Eventually, they have an annual financial plan that shows them making progress towards their goals. But that's not where we start, and the same could be true for you. As you get more experienced, you can move to annual planning and goal setting, but trust me, I didn't start with perfect annual plans or goals either. It's a skill you build over time. Don't let your perfectionism stop you from starting, Coach. I see you, I know what you're thinking, because I am you, okay? Here is what I want you to do. grab a notebook again and answer these questions. What is going well in my business right now? What areas need improvement? And what am I tolerating? Tolerations are those small annoyances that drain your energy. This reflection is going to be the foundation of your goal setting. It helps you see where you are and where you might want to go. And let me tell you, it can be really powerful. When we look at a client's financial position when they first come to us, we do something similar. We look at it to see what's working, what's not working, and what is the sources of stress or tolerations. Now, we're going to get a little bit more personal. You want to think about the stories that you're telling yourself, those limiting beliefs that might be holding you back. Here's a story of mine. For the longest time, I believed that if I made too much money, I wouldn't be relatable to my clients or other coaches. Can you believe that? I was holding myself back from success because I thought it would make me a less effective coach. We all have these stories. So here's what I want you to do. Write down the stories that you're telling yourself about your business. And I'm going to give you a little hint. If you look at your list of tolerations, and again, your tolerations are the things that you're tolerating. They annoy you, but you continue to accept them even if they annoy you or even when they annoy you. There's probably some sort of story that you are telling yourself that allows you to accept those tolerations. So that is the first place I would look. Now I want you to flip the script. How can you rewrite that story in a way that empowers you? I have shared this story before, but one story that I used to tell myself for quite a while was that if I made too much money, my kids would grow up spoiled and entitled. I flipped that to something that I actually believe, which is that my children's values come from Michael and I. What we say and what we show them every single day is what's going to determine their value system. Remember, the story you tell yourself shapes your goals and your actions, so make it a good one. Next, you can then move into looking at your habits and metrics for success. First, you want to identify key habits. What daily, weekly, or monthly actions will support the goal that you established? For client acquisition or attraction, it might be something like make 5 new connections per week. Then I want you to apply the good, better, and best method to identifying your new habits. So using that same example for client attraction, instead of having one target of making 5 new connections per week, you would actually have 3 levels now. Good might be make 3 new connections per week. Better might be make 5 new connections per week. And your best goal would be make 7 new connections per week. I also want you to choose your key performance indicators, or KPIs. Pick 2 to 3 KPIs that are most relevant to your goal. For client acquisition, for example, you might track client acquisition or conversion rate, how many leads or prospects you're getting and how many of them are moving forward, right? Your client retention rate. How many of them are staying on for longer and continuing to work with you because they're getting results and see the value in what you do? And client reach outs, or your specific marketing efforts. Shoot for a mix of lead and lag indicators. Lead indicators are things you control, the actions and effort that you put in. Lag indicators are the results of those actions and likely things you have less control over. You want a mix of both. Next, create a success tracker. You can use Excel, Google Sheets, a notebook, whatever works for you. Title it something motivating like Success Tracker or Goal Crusher. At Fiscal Fitness, our dashboard is titled Success Tracker, and it's where we house everything that is most important to our operations and goals in the current quarter. Set reminders to update your KPIs regularly. That might be weekly or monthly. Schedule a 90-day review to reassess your KPIs for relevance. Next, I want you to find an accountability partner. Connect with another coach in the Financial Coach Academy or in the Financial Coaches Unite group. If you're in the mastermind, this is super easy because we're all about accountability partners. You can also do this on our monthly meetups or, like I said, by joining the mastermind. You can also set up monthly check-ins to share progress and challenges with one another. Next, let's talk about implementation and planning, because that is the how of making your goal a reality, but implementing it into your day-to-day life. First, consider time blocking. Schedule specific times for your goal-related activities. Treat these blocks as seriously as you would a client appointment. Chances are you're thinking about that client session before it happens, you're preparing going into it, and hopefully you are on time. That is how you should be treating your own priorities. Create a visual yearly roadmap. I have an annual calendar that I use, and I start by marking off all of our personal commitments, vacations, family events. Of course, you don't always know about all of these things a year in advance, but we can get the bulk of them on ahead of time. I always add personal commitments in first. Family time is a priority on my annual calendar. Then I add in business goals, launches, and professional development. So if I know about conferences or events or those types of things, if we know, for example, the Client Creator Challenge happens every January. It is something we've done for years now. We love that. It's not going anywhere. And so we know that that is on my calendar, and that for those 3 months, that is what I'm focusing on. Then I can look for potential conflicts and adjust as needed. This really helps me to see my year at a glance and any patterns or busy seasons. The fall is very busy travel time for me. And then the spring is less busy travel time, which is why we do things like the Client Creator Challenge during that month, because I can give it my attention and my focus. Next, you can use color coding if this helps. For example, on my annual calendar, personal and vacation time is in pink. All of my events and professional development is in blue. All of our launches are in orange. And you can really customize the colors for categories for things that are important to you. So again, I can really look at my calendar and say, that's a really busy travel time, or that's a really busy personal season of life, or, oh, we've got 3 different launches happening. So again, it helps you to see those patterns more clearly. Lastly, you can plan proactively this way. You can block off the personal time first. That ensures work-life balance, and you can really use it to see that bird's eye view so that you can make calculated decisions about your year. All right, Coach. Let's wrap this up. So we've covered a lot today. We've set a big, hairy, audacious goal that'll push you to new heights. We set annual, semi-annual, or quarterly goals. Wherever you're starting is perfectly okay. We talked about rewriting your business story to something that empowers you. We talked about generating and prioritizing ideas to help you focus your efforts. Set good, better, and best goals to give you greater flexibility. Identify key habits and metrics to measure your success, and create an annual plan that will help you stay on track and help you to see how the implementation plan of putting your dreams into reality is actually going to look. So here is your homework. Yes, I am giving you homework today in this episode. Number 1 is create your BHAG and your yearly goals, or like I said, little asterisk quarterly goals, if that works better for you. Make them visible where you work. I would love it if you took a picture and tagged me in it in Financial Coaches Unite or on Instagram. I want to see your BHAG and your goals, and I want to see a picture of it. Number 2, set aside time for annual planning. Block it out on your calendar right now. And number 3, implement your tracking and accountability systems. Remember, what gets measured gets managed. And don't forget to review and adjust your goals regularly. Your business will evolve, and your goals likely will too. Next episode, I'm going to show you and teach you how to successfully raise your prices. I'll see you next week, Coach. I believe financial coaching is the best and most rewarding way to make a living. I truly love what I do. If you're ready to learn and see how to become a profitable, successful financial coach, check us out at financialcoachacademy.com to learn more about our online courses, free trainings, and events. As always, I love hearing from you. If you have any questions for the FCA podcast or to share your thoughts on the reflection question from today's episode, go to financialcoachacademy.com/podcast. And if you love this podcast, hit the thumbs up button on today's episode, subscribe, and leave us a rating or review on Apple Podcasts. It would mean the world to me. I'll see you next week, Coach.